I was watching a worship session video by Jonathan Auden. His music is amazing, go check him out. And at the back of it though, it caught my eye as on the wall it said, "Created to create."
Hi, I'm Rebecca and this is a journey of discovering what it is to be created to create.
We have been created to create, not just to sit around and survive, but to thrive. God called us to go and multiply the earth, develop new things, be all God called you to be, whether that is running a business, raising a family. I believe that everyone, from the youngest of us to the oldest of us, has a calling that only we can do. This is the day the Lord has made, so let's rejoice, let's go up today. Let's not look back and see what our disappointments have been, but it's time to move forward because new things are happening now. My word for this year is going to be beginning, because it's not time to hold on to the past, but it's time to go forward into a new beginning. If we don't let go of what was, we're actually going to miss out on the new things. To create is to grow. It is not comfortable, as growing isn't comfortable. And it's a journey. It doesn't just happen overnight. You go and you meet different people and you realise that together you're actually all on your own journey. You know, creativity, it's a decision. It's an action. It's deciding to get up in the morning and do something. Not just watch the life that you have just pass on by. Not just put on another show and be entertained, but actually to realise, you know what, I'm going to make a decision, use my purpose, and actually to make something out of my life. We have a purpose. We have a calling. We can't just look back and say, oh, but I'm not good enough. We actually need to be like, you know what, I have been called to move mountains. I have been called. I have a choice. We have a choice. You know what, it's easy just to not be comfortable in one situation, so we leave the situation. But what if instead of leaving the situation that we felt uncomfortable, we actually were called to create a new atmosphere in that place?
You will face things that are frustrating, especially when you've got big dreams and big callings. Actually, you know that there is a thing called the gap, where this is where I feel like I need to be, but this is where I am now, and it's taking longer than I thought. God, what's going on? I don't get it. But you know what? You have been called, and one step at a time, we are growing.
The biggest thing that I've realised is that perfection and creativity do not go hand in hand. Actually, often perfection only limits the ability to be creative. I know that when I'm trying to be perfect, I actually don't feel like I've got the freedom to be creative. And when I've been making this, I realised that it's okay if I stumble over my words. It's okay if I don't release this when I want to release this. But actually, I'm going to say, you know, God, you're in control, and that I do not have to please them. I only have to please you.
We will be disappointed on this journey, but we need to keep moving forward. Because if we're going to do all God's called us to do and be all God's called us to be, we need to embrace the unknown and step forward, knowing that God's got us covered, that He is the one who's created us to create, and that He will move when we move. But He didn't just put the Holy Spirit in us just to control what we do, but no, He said, go into the world. So go today. Take a step forward in faith, leap into the unknown, and do what God's called you to do. To go and be at the movement is our responsibility. To be the fulfillment is God's responsibility. He will fulfill, He will multiply, He will conquer what He needs to conquer. But He said to step out, to go, to create, to multiply. And you know what? We are not alone on this journey. We are called to do this together. So let's reach out to one another, stir each other on in faith, and go as God's called us to do, all He's called us to do.